Michael Saylor's strategy was rejected by the S&P 500 for being listed. Okay, so why did this happen? Well, here's the thing. I saw this like a day before this happened. All right, NASDAQ will tighten security on firms raising funds to hoard crypto as it aims to curb stock price boosts, according to the information. So what's happening here? It's because they're scared of the volatility. Keep in mind that the stock market holds a couple different things. It's very controlled. It has circuit breakers, so in case a stock does fall too much, stocks will be halted, all right? And if it goes up too much as well, stocks will be halted. So because the majority of people out there don't want a lot of volatility, and they do feel comfortable with that. But here's where I think this is maybe a good thing. You can bash me all you want on this, but I think Bitcoin is going to go through cycles. And once, I've said this before, but once we go into a bear cycle, which we will go into a bear cycle, guys, this isn't going to be up only like Michael Saylor says it will. It goes through ups and downs. And once it does start going down, there's going to be a lot of different treasury holdings being dumped, Bitcoin treasury holdings being dumped, because you know what? Nobody wants to hold a bag that's going to go down 60, possibly 70%. And if you don't think that can happen, just remember what happened the last correction we just had, which Bitcoin went to essentially $110,000 to $75,000, which was a 33% drop. Okay, so a 33% drop we had during a bull market. What do you think is going to happen during a bear market? I'm just putting it out there, right? Hate me all you want, but I'm here to tell you the truth on this stuff. So, but here's the thing. The committee cited concerns that the company's high volatility, which is estimated to be 3 to 4 times higher than the average S&P 500 stock, and its heavy reliance on Bitcoin, which raises diversification concerns and stability. Now, yeah, stability is fine, but I mean, I think that TradFi is going to wake up really soon and realize that the reason why Bitcoin's volatility is so high, especially towards the upside, it's more volatile on the upside than it is the downside. Keep in mind that. It's because of the amount of currency that the Federal Reserve is printing, okay? Otherwise, it probably wouldn't be as volatile as it is now. And that volatility is going to absolutely skyrocket Bitcoin, in my opinion. Now, here's the thing. They will have another chance to go on to the S&P 500 in December 2025 rebalancing cycle. So not all hope is lost for strategy. I don't really care because I just hold Bitcoin. I don't really care about third-party intermediaries. I really don't care about celebrities in this space. I really don't care. I care about my hardware wallet, keeping my own seed phrase, and protecting my wife and me from crazy amounts of inflation that the Federal Reserve is creating. And the irony here is, I gotta laugh at this, is because Michael Saylor is so for regulation, and now it's just kind of nipping him in the butt, isn't it? Because the same regulations that he was wishing for is keeping him off the S&P 500. I'm not crying right now, it's just a little small violin. Now moving on to inflation, this crazy amount of inflation that we're having. The cost of an iPhone in Bitcoin terms, all right? 2015, it cost 2.67 Bitcoin. 2025, 0.01 Bitcoin. And there's presidents and politicians telling you that there's no inflation out there. Who are you gonna believe? The writing is on the wall, guys. You just need to walk outside your door and go to the shop and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. Lots and lots of inflation. Now, also BlackRock Chief Investment Officer says Fed should cut interest rates by 50 basis points. So what's that gonna do? It's gonna cause even more inflation, and it's just gonna ravage the middle class and anybody that's not in a inflation hedge, as I said time and time again. Now, not only that, but foreign central banks, this is really important, now own more gold than U.S. treasuries for the first time in almost 30 years, just as I've been saying was going to happen. People don't trust the U.S. dollar anymore. They can't do business with a country that continually changes its mind on tariffs and their monetary policy is out of whack, and they're printing $1 trillion every like 80 days now. The amount of days is going to keep on going down, and the amount of currency that's being printed is just going to be skyrocketing more than you can even wrap your head around, all right? And that is why they have to buy their own debt, as I've been showing you over the last several weeks, because nobody wants their debt anymore, all right? They're finished, all right? So they're gonna slowly unwind. Obviously, they're gonna slowly unwind so they don't lose a ton of money. They're gonna buy gold and possibly Bitcoin. Who knows what they're gonna buy? But they definitely want out of US Treasuries slowly but surely. Now, here's the thing. A lot of people say that we are in a recession right now. I would probably agree with that. Less than 50% of industries are adding workers in the last 6 months. Numbers like this are only seen during recessions. Check this chart out. As you can see, yes, the writing is on the wall. Things are going to get really, really bad. That is why you need to share this channel and show people about inflation. I'm trying to teach people about inflation and the root causes. Now, Rajat Soni has a great tweet. It would cost you $50,000 to replace the roof on a house you bought for $25,000 in 1975, which is 50 years ago. That number, the amount that it's gonna take to replace that roof is gonna go way up, guys. Like, you haven't seen anything yet, especially when it comes to inflation. You guys are facing tariffs. You guys are facing debt monetization, which means the government is buying its own debt, and you're facing the amount of currency printing that is going on, which is beyond most people's comprehension. We also have auto loan delinquency rate is at its highest level in 14 years. That means people cannot afford basic living, and they're forced to take on more and more debt, which they actually can't afford, and it's showing right here. Look at that graph right here. This is what is happening to a country which supposedly there is no inflation. So you know the truth here. You come to this channel for the truth. Anyways, if you do want to see how we are protecting our assets and what assets we are holding, check out learningcrypto.com, because you know what? I mean, there's not a lot of places to go right now to where you can actually really protect your future monetarily wise with what central banks around the world are doing right now. So anyways, talk to you soon.